Well, well, no, no doubt, no competition. Argentina was, Argentina gave it all. Like, lo hicieron, lo dieron, hicieron todo lo que pudieron, pero la realidad es que no estaban a la altura. Like, they were not invited. Like, compared to the level the All Black is today, Argentina could barely hope of anything. Like, it was way too high, way too quick, way too fast, and way too tough for Argentina to even expect that they would do anything here. By the fact that they didn't even score a try, like two penalty and that's it. In the other sides, the All Black, I think they put 8 tries, and 8 tries with like somewhere they were like walking, passing. Like, you could see the differences on the chalks and every time they get together. Like, for one All Black, you needed 3 Argentinians to stop it. I said it after the initial loss against France, while they were still in a way they should still lose because it would have not changed that much things because it was the first game and then they could change stuff. But the only way for this generation for me will go to the history as being one of the worst generation of the All Black. The only way to make up for that is to be in the final and win the World Cup. Why did I say that? Because the All Blacks in the whole history of rugby, as before this World Cup, would have never lost any game in the group phase. But turns out that you can lose a game during the group phase and still be in the final. So they did half of the work. The other half is winning the World Cup. That's the only way to make up for that one. They're in the final for next week, so this is already by itself a huge accomplishment. They can be proud of that. They can definitely show better. Like, they've been amazing today. They've played at the pass that was amazing. Everyone is Dan Carter, but Mounga today was half and half. Like, if he was at the top, the score could have been even greater, and the difference could have been even greater. But even without needing him to be at his best, they still nailed the game and still move on. Which I think that for the final, they will really definitely need a big Mwanga, because final doesn't play on big differences usually. They play on little more stuff. But with All Blacks, you never know. You never know. Like, it's been the 9th semi-final in 10 editions, so they're pretty much the best thing you need to watch out there. What else to say? It was a complete demonstration. It was personally, I had the feeling that depending on when they would score, the game could have a different outcomes. Well, they scored right after Argentina scored their first penalty, so they were never seeing that. Our sir here, the number 14, made pretty much everything, because if he scores an extra, he is going to stay with the record book, which is amazing. Sir Jordan, this is amazing what you are doing. 31 tries in 30 caps. That's also amazing. So that's another thing with New Zealand. You always ask if there is something new coming up, and they go and find player who comes from you don't know where, and they're still making history. So his next try in the World Cup is going to be a setting record, because the most for Rugby World Cup is 8, and he already reached 8 today. So in the final, if he score one, then he also make history. Others who can make history are the Barrett brothers. So if New Zealand win next week, they will be the first trio of brothers to be World Cup champion in rugby. Such an accomplishment personally for them, and such an accomplishment for the family, because in New Zealand it's like Brazil. Like, families and people put in higher standard those who make those sports. Like, in Brazil is football, in New Zealand is rugby. So if next week New Zealand win the World Cup, they are going to be the Sir Sam Whitelock, yes, because I think it's time to give it that. He's going to play his third final in career. He has already won the first two first. If New Zealand win, he's going to be the first and only player to win 3 World Cup of rugby. 3 World Cup of rugby. Just listen to that. Just let that come in and realize that 3 World Cup final. And if they win, 3 World Cup final win by this man, who is a legend. I also say that who in his judgment would have done what New Zealand is doing. Right, New Zealand is the only one who can do that. We have to remember that this team made it to the World Cup with a lot of criticism, and knowing that the coaching staff is going to change after the World Cup, but they are still managing to be in the final and to make it happen in the final, which in my standards is amazing. Like, personally saying, I think this is amazing. We are going to see. We are going to hope everything goes well, and then we see that we play tomorrow. But yes, New Zealand has done the job. They make up for they are underweight to make up for that initial loss, and the story keep continue. So see you tomorrow for South Africa, England. Hoping that we all have the final that we wish we have. It means with the two countries of the South. Ciao.